It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good evening. Welcome out to Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, as we get you ready for Pennsbury Falcon football on the WBCB Sports Network tonight. The Falcons hosting the Abington Ghosts. It's the McCaffrey's game of the night. McCaffrey's Food Market's exceptional every day. Chris Ermer with Gus Barber and Ben Goldstein. It's also senior recognition night. So before kickoff, they will honor the senior members of the marching band, the cheer squad, and the high school football team. That's coming up in just a little bit. Tonight's game on WBCB, brought to you by PNC, Financial Services Group, St. Mary Medical Center, Rob's Automotive and Collision. Thanks to Brian Fitzpatrick for all of us. BCWSA, the Revere Restaurant, outstanding Italian cuisine in nearby Ewing Township, New Jersey. Thanks to Kim Rock of Keller Williams, the Peruzzi Automotive Group. Again, McCaffrey's Food Market's on board. This is the McCaffrey's game of the night. Pennsbury hosting Abington, thanks to 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. Perry Warren for state rep. So much great community support we get. Thanks to VitaCare Home Health Agency, Team Toyota, Nolan Painting. And in our pregame activities, we'll turn to Gus Barber in a little bit for our Nolan Painting brush of brilliance as we look back at last week's game, a loss to North Penn. Falcons looking to bounce back, and if they're able to win out, a good shot at getting into postseason play. So a big game coming up, thanks to Yardley Pharmacy and Supply for making portions of it possible. The Trentonian, and this is the Trentonian pregame show. Read about tonight's game in tomorrow's Trentonian, and a beautiful night tonight, a 6 o'clock kickoff. So that's coming up in just a little bit. But first, senior recognition stuff, and we thank the Fella Auto Group, Sioka Ford, Lincoln of Lawrenceville, Chance to Save Bargain Outlet, DiLorenzo's Pizza, The Berg Pizza on New Falls Road, Kramer's Bakery, Johnson Chiropractic, Junior's Car Wash, Puss in Boots Tavern, BAI Security Systems, and Charcoal BYOB. Well, Gus, you and I made the road trip last week up to North Penn. Ben, you were doing other stuff.
I was at a wedding for my cousin. It was a great time spent by all. I tuned in to Pennsbury and North Penn last week. I saw Pennsbury was winning for a little bit. Was very surprised. Tuned back in at the end. They were down. Very unfortunate, but sounds like it was a pretty good first half by the Falcons.
And the Falcons really battling with one of the top teams in the SOL National. But unfortunately, a lot of those close games, Gus, have not gone the way the Falcons have wanted. Penridge was a one-score game, but that was a loss. North Penn, they played them close last week, but on the wrong side of that one. And CB South, another really tough team, and the Falcons gave them a great game, but you're sitting here at 3-5 and recognizing now you need to win tonight and make sure you can win that big rivalry matchup next week against Neshaminy.
Yeah, you got to look at that big game against Neshaminy. A lot of implications on that game for Pennsbury, but you can't overlook this game tonight. You got to start that train rolling tonight against this Abington Galloping Ghost team.
It could be a get-right game for Pennsbury. Abington, they have struggled. Their only win coming to Truman, a 7-6 score. Other than that, a lot of lopsided losses for the Ghosts. So possibility that Pennsbury starts to feel pretty good after this week. Neshaminy, they have the undefeated team in SOL National play as they will be taking on CB South. That game also an interesting one because a win for Neshaminy really going to shake up the league, and it would be a shared title. North Penn would have a shot at the SOL National. A win for CB South, and Neshaminy is going to have to make sure to win on Week 10 to solidify their playoff spot. And so they'll be a little bit more motivated to take on this Pennsbury team next week. Well, we got, again, senior recognition coming up in just a little bit. The one-win Abington Ghosts visiting the 3-5 Pennsbury Falcons. Tonight's game brought to you by Sioka Ford Lincoln Just 20 short minutes from Route 1 in Langhorne is Seoka Ford on Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville. Experience the Seoka difference at Seoka Ford. Jim Catucci, General Manager of Seoka Ford of Lawrenceville, born and raised in Lower Bucks, and attended local schools and knows the Seoka difference. As part of 52 dealerships, Seoka Ford has a better selection of Ford trucks, cars, SUVs, and Lincolns, and far superior financing options will give you the greatest value for your trade-in. All this just 20 short minutes from Langhorne on Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville. Seoka Ford, Lincoln, small enough to know you, big enough to better serve you. And also want to thank Chance to Save Bargain Outlet at 8720 New Falls Road. Just in time for fall and the upcoming holidays, check out Chance to Save Bargain Outlet near Pennsbury High School. And you can now order Golden Bear fresh smoked meats, smoked kibasi, sausage, chicken, and other meats, all custom ordered for your family. Stop by Chance to Save Bargain Outlet. Try some free samples of these delicious smoked meats from Golden Bear Meats. Chance to Save Bargain Outlet. Hundreds of grocery items that you use every day. Cereal, snacks, pet food, even cleaning supplies, cookware, and furniture. And they're right near Pennsbury High School. Chance to Save Bargain Outlet. Open Monday through Friday from 10 to 8. Saturdays, Sundays, open 10 to 5. Across the street from Vic Napolitano Field at 8720 New Falls Road in Levittown. Well, guys, we got a great night for this game. I mean, pretty ideal. A big difference, Ben, from the last time you were behind the camera for us.
There's no last time it was raining. It was cold. It was windy. I had to save the camera a few times, falling over tonight. Not a little breezy. Sun's out still. It's perfect weather. Much nicer than it was this morning. It was freezing this morning, but a beautiful night.
Yeah, nice night, and it's going to be warming up through the weekend. We're going to have Ben down on the field after the game with our D. Lorenzo's, the Berg player of the game. And Gus, you know, one of the things that the Falcons have done pretty effectively, they've stopped the run on their opponents. The defense has been good. Sometimes they've been hurt in the secondary with big pass plays and some explosive plays by the opposition. And they've gotten that ground game going pretty effectively. Over the last couple of weeks, not so much. They got to get back to that ground and pound, grinding it out. And hopefully going to see a big night for Jordan Brensinger. It's been a little bit. There was a series of games where he had more than 100 yards each week. And against Abington, again, maybe opportunity for him to get some touches and to get going again with that run game.
Yeah, especially in this kind of offense. Like you said, the ground and pound relies heavily on that ground game. So, you know, you saw Jordan Brensinger start to emerge as that guy in this backfield. Maybe teams are starting to key in on him more, seeing him on film, get the opportunities he gets. But like you said, if you want your team to be successful, you got to get the offense going, and this offense gets going through the ground, and you got to get the ground game going. And it seems like Brensinger's been your guy, so you got to get him going early.
And Brensinger, Gus, is kind of like that lightning bolt. And Ben, that thunderclap comes from Caden Brown, who delivers some running between the tackles. And I again, expect that both those guys to have a big night, get a lot of touches, and really kind of rack up some yardage tonight. Probably over the last few weeks, it's been Caden Brown who has touched the football more than Jordan Brensinger. Again, Pennsbury trying to soften up the defense between the tackles. And over the last few weeks, that's had mixed results, but certainly expect to see that tonight.
Yeah, and Caden Brown, obviously, he refuses to go down. We've been saying it ever since he started getting the ball handed off to him pretty consistently. But it seems like when he gets going, his runs come in bunches. He gets the ball handed off to him once, gets a really good run, and then they don't stop giving the ball up to him until he gets some short gainage. And then that's when you have the lightning of Jordan Brensinger to fuel them down the field. He can make some big plays, but Brown and Brensinger, the double Bs, have been huge for the Falcons.
And at quarterback for Pennsbury has been DK. David Kane. All right, senior recognition now.
Senior recognition night.
Well, a great night for the seniors to get recognized.
Let's start off with the football team. Number 73, Jason Alvarez, accompanied by his mother Nina and his brother Cruz. Number 88, Jake Birkenstam, escorted by his mother Amy, sister Addie, brother Matthew, sister Ella, and brother Chris. Number 20, Jaden Bright, accompanied by Kenyatta, Fide, Steve, and Mani. Number 64, Will Comer, escorted by Dad Dave, brother Sam, and Mom Patty. Number 50, Andrew Dale, escorted by Father Christian, Mother Marissa, Sister Melanie. Number 48, Liam Davis, accompanied by Dad Keever, Mom Mary Kate, Brother Owen, Sister Avery. Number 46, Patrick Dopart, escorted by Mom Anna, Dad Jersey, Brother Nicholas. Number 30, Austin Flynn, escorted by Mom Sherry, Dad Brian, Sister Shane. Number 13, Justin Hines, escorted by Mother Vicky, Father Chris, Sister Chelsea, and Sister Addison. Number 53, Tyler Hobson, escorted by Mother Kristen, Father Sean. Number 60, Chris Karamis, escorted by Mother Wendy, Father Chris, and Aunt Kim, and Uncle Charles. Number 33, George Kormazu, escorted by Mother Sylvia and girlfriend Megan. Number 79, Caitlin Lewis, escorted by Mother Kelly, Father Keith, and Sister Taylor. Number 75, Rocco May, escorted by Mother Stephanie, Father Chris, and Uncle Justin.
Quick note on Rocco May. I saw Rocco in the hallway today. exchanged a solid fist bump. He said he's ready to go for tonight.
Number 12, Matt McGinty. Escorted by Mother Marianne, Father Paul, Sister Maggie. Number 44, Walker Murray. Escorted by Father Keith, Mother Leslie, and Brother Lincoln. Number 76, Molly Murtaugh. Escorted by Father Joseph and Mother Kelly. Number 4, Antonio Pellman, a.k.a. Boo Boo. Escorted by Mom Robin, Dad Daryl, Brother Tion, Sister Jalen, and Grandma Eunice. Number 23, Sean Reichert. Escorted by Mother Colleen, Father Robert, Sister Chelsea, and Brother Matt. Number 70, Martin Reed. Escorted by Father Martin, Mother Lucy, Brother Jacob, and Grandfather Martin. Number 74, Tyler Robinson. Escorted by Mother Kelly, Father Stacy, Number 8, Ryan Rucasta. Escorted by Mother Tammy, Grandma Diane, Brother Jaden, Brother Nolan, Sister Mia, and girlfriend Emma. Number 54, Uriah Smart. Escorted by Mother Christy, Stepfather Michael, Brother Keith, Brother Miles, and Sister Ira. Number 59, Brandon Trimble. Escorted by Mother Susan, Father Matt, Brother Cooper, and Brother Chase. Number 25, Raymond Vereen. Escorted by Mother Tammy, Sister Deshu, Grandma Nancy, Grandfather Harold, and niece Adeline.
And Ray was with us at the Roundtable show. You can check that live every Wednesday night at 7 from Sandy's Beef and Ale, brought to you by Lower
Number
Bucks
27,
Hospital.
Sean Westerman. Escorted by Mom Shauna, Dad Jim, Stepdad Mike, Brother Nolan, and his 4 sisters, Addison, Lila, Layton, and Ella. Number 89, Wyatt Workman. Escorted by Mom Corey and Dad Gordon. Number 80, James Yeager. Escorted by Mother Marie and Father Wayne.
All right, I think now we're going to get to meet the cheerleaders. Senior recognition night, McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Pennsbury hosting the Abington Ghosts. Chris Irmer with Gus Barber and Ben Goldstein. Again, check out that Coaches Roundtable show
And now for
on
our
Wednesday nights at 7.
cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders getting a little
First
love.
we have Tessa Bucci. Escorted by Mom Tracy, Dad Michael, and Sister Sophia. Juliana Falkovitz. Escorted by Mom Jamie, Dad Michael, Sister Victoria, Brother Ryan, and Brother Adam. Cadence Gress Capuano. Escorted by Mom Jenna Lee, Dad David, Brother Dalton, and Sister Alexa. Gianna Crawley. Escorted by Mom Amanda and Dad Ken. Madison Sutton. Escorted by Mom Jessica and Dad Paul. And now we have our fantastic band.
All right, the long orange
Simon
line.
Kashu. Escorted by Dad Chris, Mom Jen, and Brother Wyatt. Ashley Crozier. Escorted by Mom Christine, Father Joseph, and Brother Matthew. Juliana Dansbury. Escorted by Mom Johnine, Dad Drew. John Dorrington. Escorted by Mom Ann, Father Jeremy, Brother Edmund. Kaylee Gaffney. escorted by father Ryan, stepmother Jackie. Gianna Kitchens Rodriguez. Escorted by mom Natasha and aunt Nalani.
All right, Trentonian pregame activities.
Hope Massey. Escorted by mom Tracy, dad David, brother Austin.
Again, Trentonian pregame show. Read about tonight's game and tomorrow's Trentonian kickoff coming up. Pennsbury hosting Abington. All the action coming up on BCB.
Ayush Shah. Escorted by mother Hital and father Nikhil. Daniel Shen. Escorted by mother Dong Hush. Lucas Smith. Escorted by father Jay Smith, mother Beth Smith.
Getting to the end of senior recognition here on a Friday evening. Beautiful night. Kind of amazing how all of these facilities have come together for Pennsbury. I heard some of these buildings were modular buildings.
Jonathan Vazufili. Escorted by parents Jolly and Trisha.
I mean, from what I was hearing, there's going to be a ticket booth over there, concession stand.
A whole thing over there, yeah.
Locker room for
Mark Wheeler. Escorted by grandparent Donna. Kevin Yee. Escorted by mom, Lee Jo, and dad, Hong.
Well, senior recognition night, and Pennsbury, they do it right as the band, cheerleaders, and football team all recognized pregame, getting you closer to kickoff. Here are Trentonian pregame activities. You can read about tonight's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. And for Abington.
Okay, Falcon fans, how about we make some thunderous applause for all of our seniors tonight.
And make some noise. Abington coming in with 1 win and 7 losses, and they really are kind of in shambles as they lost last week to CB South 63-0. A lopsided loss to CB East 36-0. They fell to Penridge 47-zip. Neshaminy, they lost 37-0. So you see that trend as it's gone throughout the season. They did give a game to Ben Salem, unfortunately losing to the Fighting Owls. Unfortunate for the Ghosts' perspective. 28-20, the final there. Their only win coming against Harry Truman a 7-6 win, but that's way back on August the 30th. So it's been a little bit, and the Abington Ghosts going to move on from here to play North Penn next week, so not going to get any easier for Abington either. They do like to open things up and try to spread the football around, maybe try to get some of their skill position guys out into space. That is going to be easier said than done against this Pennsbury defense. They have been awesome over the past couple of weeks, doing all that they could to keep this Falcon team in games, even against the best teams in the SOL National, but just not getting a lot of support from the offense. Falcons losing last week to North Penn, 22-14, and before that, so 3 games in a row here for Pennsbury. They are desperate for a win as they lose to North Penn, CB West, and CB South in consecutive weeks. So Falcons need to get that run game going. And how about the flag they got out there, Gus?
It's huge. That's a pretty big flag.
Big flag game. That's how you know it's a big game when they got the big flag out.
Well, indeed, a big game for Pennsbury, hoping to win out from here. Pennsbury will head over to Heartbreak Ridge next week to take on the Neshaminy Redskins in that big rivalry matchup, but a lot could be on the line, as we were mentioning before. For both teams, it might be a win and in scenario for Pennsbury, and Neshaminy trying to hold on to their playoff position. They've got a tough one tonight against CB South. That game also on the WBCB Sports Network. I kind of like it when we have a 7 o'clock kickoff, Ben, and where the sun goes down a little bit towards this time of year.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little chilly. I'm kind of regretting my shorts decision today. But we'll brace through. We'll fight through it.
Yeah, I think you're going to be okay tonight.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
I believe we are awaiting the national anthem.
I think we're waiting for Pennsbury to enter the field. It looks like everybody's waiting for them, but they're just now exiting the locker room. So everybody's going to have to stand still for a second or two.
All right, watch that Coaches Roundtable show, video stream live every Wednesday night at 7 from Sandy's Beef and Ale. Brought to you by Lower Bucks Hospital. Since 1954, Lower Bucks Hospital supporting the youth of our community. All right, the national anthem to get us closer to kickoff. High school football on the WBCB Sports Network. The Pennsbury Falcons host the Abington Galloping Ghosts. Chris Ermer, Gus Barber, Ben Goldstein with you, and we are ever closer to getting this one underway. A 6 o'clock start as we continue with our Trentonian pregame activities. Tonight's game brought to you not only by the Trentonian, outstanding local and national sports coverage that you can count on 7 days a week, but also by DiLorenzo's, the Berg Pizza at 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown, owned and operated by third-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo, and he uses the same recipes that his great-grandparents did back in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. Try the only original Trenton tomato pie or other great gourmet pizzas, including their mustard pie. They have soups, fresh salads, hot sandwiches, homemade pasta dishes, all served in a safe, clean environment. Eat in or take out. Call 215-943-2605. That's 215-943-2605. DiLorenzo's, the Berg Pizza. They also do catering for all affairs. DiLorenzo's, the Berg, in the Vermilion Square, 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Friday and Saturdays open till 9 p.m. And Sundays, they're open noon to 8:30, closed on Mondays. And we appreciate the support we get all throughout the scholastic year with DiLorenzo's supporting high school football, basketball, baseball. And Falcons about to come out to the field here on Senior Night 2024.
It's Senior Mission Night. And here are your Pennsbury Falcons!
Again, Falcons with a big game ahead of them. If they can win out, have an opportunity to get to 5-5, and that's where they wound up last year, which put them into a playoff spot. But you got to take care of business against this Abington Ghost team. And they're going to lean heavily on the ground and pound run game. Be interesting tonight, Ben and Gus, as we also see the Abington Ghosts coming out to the field, taking the far side. If we see some of the chemistry continuing to develop between David Kane and some of his receivers, Walker Murray, he's been throwing the football to Dante Ciola. It seems like those guys have a little bit of chemistry starting to build.
Pennsbury is coached by Coach Snyder.
Yeah, what do you think? We're going to take to the air tonight, Gus, or going to see a...
Probably going to see a classic ground and pound performance by this Pennsbury team. Like we said, they need to get things going. Offensively, the momentum's got to come. You got to get it going tonight to try to roll over into next week in the Chamonix. So I see a lot of ground and pound.
I mean, I think that makes sense. Get back to what you do well. And when we look back to last week, any particular brush of brilliance that you were able to pick out? Again, another tough game, a loss. They kept it close, but,
you know, still a loss at the end, but there was still some brushes of brilliance in that game as the game started with a Pennsbury touchdown. They drove the field with the opening kickoff, drove all the way down the field, and their brush of brilliance was capped off by Caden Brown, who got the Pennsbury Falcons on the board, a touchdown in his game, and first touchdown in the game, first touchdown for the Falcons, really got things going, got them the lead. And then defensively held North Penn pretty much the whole first half until that minute and a half right beforehand. Pennsbury gave the ball over. Pennsbury able to hold North Penn to only 7 total points in the first half. Second half, things started to unravel a little bit. But in that first half, it was a really good performance by Pennsbury, a bend and not break defensively.
Yeah, and that opening drive really was a brush of brilliance. Again, thanks to Nolan Painting for making portions of tonight's game possible. It looked like the Falcons were going to be able to control the action from there, but ends up being a win for North Penn. The Abington Ghosts win the toss, and they will defer to the second half. Out there for Pennsbury, Jaden Bright, Walker Murray, Matt McGinty, along with Brandon Trimble. And for the Abington Ghosts, Antonio Ford with William Thompson as captains tonight, with Jacob Seville. Oh, I assume that was John Wright out there. So it'll be Falcons to receive the opening kickoff. High school football on WBCB. Thanks also to all of our sponsors. We get just great community support. Thanks to Charcoal. If you're looking for creative food dishes, beautiful river views, down-to-earth American cafe kind of stuff, Charcoal BYOB is awesome. Overlooking the Delaware in Yardley, their food is locally sourced and seasonally inspired. I mean, that sounds like something that you'd hear from like Gordon Ramsay or something. Yeah, good stuff over there. Executive Chef Brothers Mark and Eric Plusha. It's Charcoal. They're open Wednesday through Sunday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For more information or to check out their menu, visit charcoalbyob.com. Charcoal BYOB on River Road, overlooking the Delaware in Yardley. All right, so on senior recognition night, maybe an opportunity, guys, for the Falcons to make a statement, as they will get the football first and maybe can put together another drive like we saw last week, but maintain that a little bit more than they did last week.
Yeah, you got to be able to maintain it throughout the whole game. You saw glimpses and quick, brief moments with it, but you got to be able, like you said, sustain it throughout the whole game.
Well, certainly a big difference when you look at North Penn and what they've been able to do, and Abington and the struggles that they have had, and a quick onside kick. Abington trying to catch the Pennsbury Falcons off guard, and the Falcons do come up with it, and sets them up with good field position at their own 48-yard line. Was that Walker Murray who fell on it, Ben?
I did not catch who fell on it.
I mean, he was right in the neighborhood, and one of the Falcons, good job just following the football. So how about that start for head coach Bruce Fleming? Taking a risk. And now the Falcons from their own 48-yard line. As Kane sets them down, looked like there was some movement up front. No flag comes out. The give goes to Brensinger, and he'll pick up a few yards. Yeah, looked like the defensive end over there for the Ghosts got a bit of an early start, but 2nd and 7, no flag comes out.
Of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
So then they go with the lightning bolt of Jordan Brensinger on the first handoff. Nets him 3 yards. As Murray goes in motion, and the give is to Caden Brown. Makes a jump cut and crosses the 40-yard line, picks up a Pennsbury Falcon first down. A 10-yard gain as he's up to the 41-yard line. So there we go, that 1-2 combination. We're going to see that throughout the night for Pennsbury. Caden Brown and Jordan Brensinger. And those two guys helping to move the Falcons up the field and actually up to the 39. Kane to Caden Brown, a quick hitter up the middle. And 3 tough yards.
Brown, the ball carrier.
Up to the 36.
Pick up of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and
Falcons on the move here in the McCaffrey's game of the night. Opening drive for Pennsbury. And already seeing this ground and pound attack. Moving them up the field. Again in the backfield, Brown and Brensinger. And this time, Kane rolls to the near side, throws complete to Caden Brown, and Brown up to the 25-yard line. That's another 10-yard pickup, and a Pennsbury Falcon first down.
Abington obviously hasn't had the best year towards the end of the season. You try and mix some things up, try and get something going, and maybe an onside kick to start the game was trying to do just that, but if you don't recover it, it can be costly, and Pennsbury is storming down the field right now, all the way up to the 25 already. Flags on this one.
Yeah, the play blown dead as they pitch it out to Brensinger, but offside is the call on the Ghosts.
offside Abington.
So that'll move the Falcons inside the 20. As we're down to the 9.5-minute mark, quarter number 1. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Senior recognition night. And not that the Falcons need any additional motivation, looking to win out, try to get into the playoffs, but an opportunity for the seniors to make their mark on senior recognition night. And a flip out to Brensinger. He's across the 15 as he goes down out of bounds, tackled by William Thompson.
Jordan Brensinger on the carry.
And that's enough for another Pennsbury Falcon first down.
Brensinger, not a senior, just celebrated his 17th birthday this week. So happy birthday, Jordan Brensinger. Gus and I's birthday was last week? Yeah.
Yeah, senior recognition night, and neither of those two feature backs are seniors.
Whole lot of birthdays going around. More flags.
And again, that play blown dead. David Kane, quarterback, also a junior. But how about maybe motivated just to play a big game for a guy like Rocco May? I missed your Rocco May comment during the senior recognition thing.
Yeah, I saw him in the hallway.
He's good to go?
Gave me a solid fist bump. He
Nice.
said he's ready to go tonight, so look at that. Number 75 on the end of the line right there. Nice block, open up the hole for Brown.
Yeah, they run his way, and Brown over the 5-yard line down to the 1. Falcons knocking on the door. And it's a goal-to-go situation for Pennsbury. Game opened up with an onside kick attempt by Abington, and the Falcons starting this drive right around midfield and looking to cap it off now as they get going first and goal at the 1. Kane sets him down, gives to Caden Brown, and he leans his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Pennsbury on the scoreboard with 7:43 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 our score. Well, one David Kane pass to Caden Brown, and then the duo of Brown and Brensinger working him down the field, and it culminates in a 1-yard touchdown strike from Caden Brown. The extra point is up and good from Angelo Pereira. Falcons in front, 7-0 with 7:43 to go in the first quarter. Tonight's game brought to you by Senator Steve Sanacero, proudly serving the 10th Senatorial District and proudly supporting today's football game as a public service to the community. Senator Sanacero supporting the youth of our community, tomorrow's future leaders. And Steve himself, as a former teacher, is a leader in education along with infrastructure, environment, women's health issues, and gun violence protection in the 10th Senatorial District. And if your school would like a tour of the Capitol, contact Steve's office at senatorsanacero.com. That's senatorsanacero.com. Senator Sanacero hopes that you are enjoying tonight's game. Well, an impressive start for Pennsbury as they take it 52 yards into the end zone, lead at 7-0, and Pereira's kick is going to skip into the end zone for an Abington touchback.
You don't really see that very often by Pereira, but that's good to see.
Yeah, what we've seen mostly throughout the year are those angled short kicks.
Yeah, like pooch kicks.
But it'll be Abington football. 1st and 10 from their own 20.
See a lot of those onside bloopers, as you guys were saying. He absolutely bombed that ball. I think it bounced at the 2 and then bounced out of bounds. Pretty impressive kick off an already well-known impressive leg.
Now from the gun, Antonio Ford calling for the football. 2 receivers to either side. In motion goes Major, and he'll get the give. Bounces it outside, and eventually escorted out of bounds. Luke Bagley there to make the play for the Pennsbury Falcon defense. And they'll say a 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8. So I saw Luke Bagley over there, but Walker Murray
Damian Nager picked up 2 yards.
Getting credit. 2nd and 2. And again, this Falcon defense has been very good. Feels like they are improving with each game. Certainly been good as run stoppers. And same formation, this time it's the quarterback keeper, and junior Antonio Ford is tackled for a loss.
And Sean Westerman with a
And he
tackle and a loss.
back behind the sticks. They give credit to Westerman. And makes it 3rd and long. Abington in danger of going 3 and out on their opening drive tonight.
Yeah, and we said it, Pennsbury's defense, a very stout run defense, and shown it right there. 3 plays, they've amassed -1 yard.
They've also come up with their share of some turnovers, possibility that could see Ford take to the air. He'll roll to the far side, throw downfield, and the pass, looking for the official signal, is complete. 1st down for the Ghosts.
Man, good throw and catch right there by the Ghosts.
Vereen was over there defensively. At great throw by Antonio Ford. And Abington up to the 35.
Yeah, it was a great throw and a great catch on the far sideline. Keep his feet in. Had a defender tight on him. And
Yeah, Vereen was right there defensively for Pennsbury. Again, 2 receivers to either side for Antonio Ford. And he will give to the motion man, Braden Davis. And Davis forced out of bounds at the 45. Boo-Boo Pelham there for Pennsbury. But that's an 11-yard pickup. And the Abington Ghosts are moving up the field there at their own 46 with a 1st and 10. Clock stop with 5:58 to go. Again, 2 receivers up top, 2 to the near side. Antonio Ford rolls to that far side of the field, but can't hit George Clay. A little bit too high for Clay, incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10. Over on that side of the field, Antonio Pelham. Another one of the seniors recognized before the game. Falcons desperately needing a bounce-back win, riding a 3-game losing streak into this one. Ford on 2nd and 10, pressure coming. Walker Murray flushes him from the pocket, and Ford out of bounds on the near side, forced out by Luke Bagley. Ford does pick up a couple of yards, makes it 3rd and 8. The other guy there for the Falcons was Andrew Dale. Both Dale and Davis, the 2 interior tackles, and I think they actually moved Dale out to the defensive end on this side.
Come on, Falcon fans. Let's make some noise for that defense.
But those guys have been a big part of this, big contributors to the Pennsbury defense all throughout this season. Looking to show out on senior night. Ford from the gun. Drop, looks downfield and completes the pass. Able to hit George Clay. But defensively, Jacob Prada is right there, makes the tackle right where the pass is caught, which is at the Pennsbury 49.
is the offense going to stay on?
Yeah, the Ghosts push it into plus territory. And now 4th and 5. And for the moment, head coach Bruce Fleming has the offense out there. We saw Abington started with a onside kick, so they've got the inclination to go for it. Ford looking downfield, but he's flushed from the pocket and sacked on the play by Liam Davis.
Antonio Ford is sacked by Liam Davis.
Huge loss back to the 40, and the Falcons take over on downs.
Then he hit the Shawn Michaels pose afterwards. A little heartbreak kid.
Well, it seemed like the Falcons knew that a pass was coming, and those guys really were teeing off.
Yeah, they knew exactly what was occurring there, and Davis went right through the line, and all of a sudden, boom! He brought the boom and got a big sack.
Showed his quickness there on that play with the sack. A handoff up the middle to Caden Brown for 2 yards for the Pennsbury Falcons. Moves them up to the 38.
He can't stop giggling, this kid.
I made the TikTok reference.
A boom
yeah,
reference.
the boom that
Yeah.
Gus and I were singing before the game. I snuck it in.
You're proud of yourself.
Yeah, Gus didn't look too proud of me.
2nd and 8 now. We're all disappointed in you.
Well,
On 2nd and 8, the handoff goes to Brensinger, trying to get to the outside. Sees an opportunity to cut it upfield across the 30 before he is tripped up and goes down. That's enough, though, for a Pennsbury Falcon first down. Nice finish for Brensinger.
Pennsbury running game certainly off to a great start. Getting good pulls from their offensive line and getting right through them. Get some good gains. Another big one for Brensinger there is up to the 30.
Yeah, right
Just
now,
like that.
executing the game plan and moving it up the field. 1st and 10 from the Abington 30. And Kane looks downfield. Walker Murray wide open, makes the grab, and they're going to say he's down at the 1-yard line, but the Pennsbury Falcons with a 1st and goal at the 1. A thing of beauty, a great pass. David Kane to Walker Murray. Oh, if only he could have kept his feet. But Falcons at the doorstep again.
That was a dime from David Kane right into the breadbasket hands of Walker Murray. Had a few tackles on defense, makes a big play on offense. The guy can do it all.
And Murray kind of had to adjust to that ball while it was in the air. A nice play from the 1. Kane sets him down, gives to Caden Brown, and he is into the end zone again. Touchdown, Pennsbury. It's 13-0 with 3:01 to go in the first quarter. Well, a couple of risky decisions or questionable decisions by Abington, going for it with the onside kick to start the game. Went for it on 4th and 5, didn't come up with that conversion, and the extra point is up and good from Angelo Pereira. And the Falcons up 14-0. 2 touchdown runs for Caden Brown tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it real. Abington is not a good team, and Pennsbury's doing what they need to do tonight. That's get a win and do it in convincing fashion over the Galloping Ghosts, and they're off to a great start so far. If you want a real-world example, it's what the Eagles should have done against the Cleveland Browns last week. Win, get some style points. Falcons so far getting those style points, up 14-0, nice and early, going into a big game next week against the Skins.
And we did see Abington move the football up the field. Their drive stalled out, and we'll see how this one will get started as this kick comes down at the 1-yard line, and they will mount a return up across the 20. Looked like the ball came out at the end there, but the ball carrier was down.
Tackle made by number 3, Sean Beatty.
Sean Beatty making the stop. As the return from Jake Leach gets him up to the 22. 1st and 10 for Abington. from their own 22-yard line, 2:53 to go. First quarter in the McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. This one part of a high school football triple header on this Friday night. Antonio Ford from the gun. Again, same formation, 2 receivers to either side. Looks downfield. Karamis almost gets him. And then Chris Karamis with half a sack as he is brought down in the backfield. Chris Karamis actually coming away with the football. And Liam Davis there with the other half of that QB sack.
1.5 sacks already for Liam Davis. Had the first one to turn the ball over, and very next play for Abington gets a half.
Well, now Ford has been facing some intense pressure. The rush from Pennsbury disrupting this Abington attack. And on 2nd and 13, Ford rolling to the near side, so they get him out of the pocket, have him throw on the run, intended for Braden Davis, but the pass just beyond Davis's reach, incomplete. So now 3rd and 13.
Well, David Kane on the sideline is doing some handoffs with Jaden Bright, who we have not seen in a while. And here on senior night, it looks like Bright may get some handoffs coming up.
Yeah, Jaden Bright, a 5'4" senior. Yeah, it looks like he's getting ready to join the Pennsbury offense when they get back on the field, and that might be after this play if the Pennsbury defense can stop Abington. 3rd and 13. And Ford rolls to the far side. Had his guy, and it's dropped by George Clay. Didn't look like Clay was going to be able to get a first down anyway, but 4th and 13 after the incompletion. And the Falcons drop Jordan Brensinger back deep to receive the punt.
Number 21, Jordan Brensinger, back deep for Pennsbury.
Brensinger right around midfield. And the punt goes off to the side, and gonna be good field position for the Pennsbury Falcons. Michael Leaptag sends it out of bounds on the far side of the field at the 35-yard line. So a great spot on the field for the Falcons. They take over 1st and 10 at the Ghost 35. And so far, Abington has not shown the ability to stop this Pennsbury Falcon ground attack, and they've also connected a couple of times with some good passes from David Kane.
And it's another chance for Pennsbury with great field position to get those style points.
You make that kind of statement here tonight as they give to Brensinger. Brensinger tries to get to the outside, but nice pursuit to the football by the Ghosts. Bobby Karapi over there.
On a carry for Pennsbury.
Also Caden Humphreys
Picks up 3.
defensively for Abington.
7.
Abington's lone win coming against Truman this season. And last week, both of these teams losing to a couple of the top teams in the SOL National as Kane sets them down, Murray in motion, and the give is to Jaden Bright. And as Bright burst through the hole, he was indicating a face mask there.
Yeah, it looked like he got taken down the tackle, like near the neck. Kind of a dangerous tackle. And
yeah, the clothesline kind of takedown. So 3rd and 3. Falcons have not been pushed into many third downs tonight, looking to convert from the Abington 28. As we get down to a half-minute remaining in the first quarter. Again, Walker Murray in motion. They fake the give to Bright, and instead it's Brensinger Yes, up to the 25, and that's good for a Pennsbury Falcon first down.
And that's good for a Falcon first down.
It's probably going to bring us to the half here, or to the quarter.
Falcons in control and controlling the clock as the final few seconds will come off of the first quarter clock. Falcons quickly get up to the line of scrimmage, and they get the play off. As time expires, the give is to Brensinger. Brensinger up to the 15, dances along the sideline down to the 13-yard line, and that's another Pennsbury Falcon first down.
Number 21.
Brings us to the end of the first quarter tonight. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Pennsbury in front of Abington, 14-0. We'll return to the field in just a moment.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
When it comes to plumbing, there's only one trusted name for your home or business. That's Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown. Whether it's drains, water heaters, faucets, or sewers, Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown can solve all of your plumbing problems. Time-tested and punctual since 1984. It's Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown. Call them at 215-943-1776. That's 215-943-1776 for Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown, a proud supporter of high school athletics in Bucks County.
Welcome back to Falcon Field as we start the second quarter. Pennsbury up 14-0, and with a 1st and 10 from the Abington 13-yard line. Falcons controlling the time of possession, and the give up the gut is to Jaden Bright. And Bright runs right into a wall of Abington defenders, including Jaden Keener.
Jaden Bright on the carry for Pennsbury, short gain.
No gain for the Falcons there, 2nd and 10. One of the few plays that has not worked out for Pennsbury so far. And a timeout taken. Falcons talking it over.
Timeout, Pennsbury.
Timeout on the field with 11:33 to go in the second quarter. Tonight's game on WBCB brought to you by BAI Security, the locally owned and operated security company. They offer personal service and quality security solutions, including security services for your pets. BAI Security includes fire extinguisher services, including annual inspections. All BAI employees have thorough background checks, including criminal, civil, motor vehicle, and drug testing. Complete 24/7 security for your home or business, including your pets. Call BAI Security at 215-493-1414. That's 215-493-1414, or visit BAInow.com. Falcons looking for a bounce back here tonight. Again, a 3-game losing streak coming into this one against Abington. And we want to thank the Pennsbury Football Parents Club for helping to make portions of tonight's game possible. So now the Falcons out of the timeout, 2nd and 10. And they flip it out to Brensinger, has blocking, and down to the 5-yard line, falls forward to the 2. And a goal-to-go situation for Pennsbury, but after the play, a flag thrown. When a nice job of getting out there on the block by Connor O'Brien. But after the play, dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike, called on the Falcons. So again, they set themselves up on the doorstep, but now this penalty will mark them back almost to the 20-yard line. Right, and we'll be looking at 2nd and goal
First and goal.
First and goal, okay.
Or no,
second and goal.
Second and goal.
Yeah, because the first play, it was 2nd and 10.
Gotcha.
Right, yeah, 2nd and 13. Well, no.
First.
Yeah, they're going to say first and goal.
All right, so they do get the first down. Dead ball foul marks them back. So 1st and 10 for the Falcons from the 17-yard line.
So there is still a first down. Yeah.
And that penalty came after they had gotten the first down. Here the give goes to Ray Vereen. Vereen bangs his way down to the 11.
That's a new one.
Yeah, how about give it to another senior?
25, Ray Vereen on the carry for Pennsbury.
And that is Ray Vereen, who is our guest at the Roundtable Show, Sandy's Beef and Ale. Watch every Wednesday night, video streamed from Sandy's, brought to you by Lower Bucks Hospital. We have the coaches and the players join us, and we thank Lower Bucks Hospital for making that show possible. Since 1954, Lower Bucks Hospital supporting the youth of our community. 1954, that's 70 years.
I remember it like yesterday.
Handoff to Vereen, stays on his feet, crosses the 5, and goes down at the 2-yard line, picks up a Pennsbury Falcon first down, and they're right back where they were before. But wait, the ball comes loose, and are they saying that's an Abington football? Yes. Abington comes away with it.
Wow, that's a weird sequence.
The Ghosts recover the loose ball. Didn't even see it hit the turf. But Abington comes away with the ball after the play. And it's 1st and 10 for Abington from their own 2-yard line. Well, Falcons got it to the 2 and then got called for an unsportsmanlike. And right there, it looked like they were at the 2-yard line again, but coughed it up at the end of the play. Now everybody in tight, and the give is stopped almost for a safety. Andrew Ramirez got the handoff, and Walker Murray almost got his 2nd safety of the season. Going back to when they played the Concrete Kids.
Yeah, all the way back in week 1.
So now they are Abington inside the 1. And they're just hoping to get this one out of the end zone. Again, the give goes to Ramirez. Ramirez at least gets out of the end zone and goes out of bounds at the 3.
So it looks like, I'm watching back the fumble. The ball comes out. Brensinger's hit by 2 Ghosts. It comes out of his hands and scooped up immediately, and there was a very subtle point the other way from the referee that none of us even caught. I don't know if anybody caught it.
A shotgun snap on 3rd and 8. And the Falcons stop Abington with just a 1-yard gain, which is going to mean Abington will be punting from inside their own end zone and going to give another short field to this Falcon team. Right now, an injury timeout on the field with 9:22 to go in the 2nd quarter. We'll step aside and return for more high school football on the WBCB Sports Network.
United States Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick is your independent voice, proudly serving the Pennsylvania 1st District. Congressman Brian Fitzpatrick is focused on solutions and protecting your families. Brian Fitzpatrick is for all of us and is proud to serve all of us. The proceeding paid for by Fitzpatrick for all of us.
Hi, I'm Kevin Nolan from Nolan Painting. Choosing the right color is critical in the painting process. Our color consultants will help you pick and choose the right color, and our professional painters will apply it with precision. NolanPainting.com, improving homes and neighborhoods since 1979.
Parents, are you looking for an athletic performance coach for your child with over 25 years of experience? Coaches, are you looking for a strength and conditioning coach that has coached youth to professional teams to record success? Your only choice is the Kalinowski Performance Academy. The Kalinowski Performance Academy is the area leader in personal, group, team academy prep, and return to play training. The Kalinowski Performance Academy believes that everyone should have an opportunity to be their best. Go to trainlikecal.com to be Cal's next success story. That's trainlikecal.com, spelled K-A-L.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. And here's the pitch. BCWSA water and sewer customers, you have a new and improved option to pay your bill that's convenient, reliable, and secure. Powered by Invoice Cloud, you can pay your bill 24/7 online, pay by text or phone, or sign up for AutoPay to avoid fees for late or missed payments. Visit bcwsa.net to sign up or for more info. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
One of the top producing real estate groups in the Yardley-Makefield area is the Kim Rock Group. Kim lives in the Yardley area and knows its real estate market. The Kim Rock Group is the #1 team at Keller Williams Langhorne office, which is also the #1 office in Bucks County. Over a decade of experience in selling and investing in local real estate makes Kim the perfect choice to list your home. Licensed in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey, the Kim Rock Group has you covered for all of your real estate needs. For more information, visit thekimrockgroup.com. That's thekimrockgroup.com.
The Abington Ghost that was shaken up with Salim Hatchlaf, and he is slow to get off the field, but fortunately walking to the far sideline without any help. Meanwhile, Abington's Michael Liebtag is standing right at the edge of the end zone. Brensinger awaiting his punt near the 30. A line drive kick. Brensinger takes it at the 36, avoids a couple of tacklers, stays on his feet, inbounds at the 35-30 before he is pushed out. And pretty impressive return. And the Falcons take over at the Abington 30, 1st and 10, with 9:03 to go in the first half. So the Falcons give up the football at the 2, but the Ghosts can't do anything with it and give it right back. And now the Falcons get that ground and pound working again. Kane sets him down. Hands off to Brown. Brown pushes his way down to the 27-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Oh man, got the 50-50s going. Senior recognition tonight. Falcons with a good start, up 14-0, looking for more with 8.5 to go in the first half. And David Kane will drop back. He's hit as he throws, can't get enough on the pass, and it's incomplete. Pressure from John Wright, one of the Ghost captains. Forced that football to come out a little early, brings up 3rd and 7.
Yeah, luckily no Abington Galloping Ghost was able to pick that one off. Kane was, as you said, hit as he was throwing it, kind of left it up a little loop, a blooper, and nobody was able to get it. So fortunate for the Falcons.
Yeah, lands in no man's zone.
The Bermuda Triangle, as Gus would say.
3rd and 7, movement up front. Looked like the Ghost jumped, and offside is the call. So that makes this much more manageable for Pennsbury now with a 3rd and 2.
A 5-yard penalty on Abington for offside.
And moves it up to the 22-yard line.
That'll make it 3rd down and 2.
Get Pennsbury 3 and 5. Next week, they head to Heartbreak Ridge to take on Neshaminy. We've got that game for you on WBCB. Murray in motion. Brown, the handoff, running room to the outside. He's across the 15. And looks like he has a Pennsbury Falcon first down, but hold on as there's a flag thrown.
Yeah, Rocco May was kind of in a little bit of tangle
Yeah, wrestling
around
match.
the 20, yeah, and he looked frustrated, so looks like this will be on the Falcons as they begin to back up.
Yeah, that was thrown right in that area that you're talking about, Ben. 8:14 to go, and it is a holding call on the Pennsbury Falcons.
Personal foul.
If there's
called
anyone I
against the
think I
Falcons.
wouldn't want to be in a wrestling match with, I think it might be Rocco Man.
Hey, don't forget, if you missed the action here tonight, you can read about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. It's going to be not a holding call, a personal foul on Pennsbury. So that's 15 yards and moves them back to the 37.
Do they still get the first down, though?
Not this time. That one was not a dead ball foul. I think that was
After the flag, that'll make it third and 17.
within the
Yeah, so
before the whistle blew.
It's going to make it 3rd and 17. That's tough.
Yeah, what do you do here if you're Coach Snyder on 3rd and 17? Maybe allow David Kane to try to drop back and throw this football. And they do set him up in the pocket. Kane throwing downfield, and he hits Walker Murray at the 12-yard line, and Murray goes out of bounds at the 10. Another great connection as David Kane hits Walker Murray. Defensively there was Caden Humphreys. Earlier this season, Walker Murray had a couple of great passes that he was unable to haul in. He's making up for it tonight.
Yeah, and it was kind of that play every single time where he wasn't able to come up with it, and made a great catch on that one. Great throw by Kane as well.
First and goal from the 10. Hand off to Brensinger. Burst through a hole at the 5-yard line, and then they bring him down at the 3. So 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line. Pennsbury again threatening.
Like 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
So who gets the call here? So far it's been Caden Brown. He's got a couple of touchdowns. And it's Brensinger this time, weaving through traffic. He's down to the 1. Did he lose the football again? Yes. Another fumble on the play, and the Abington Ghosts come up with the loose ball.
Well,
Looks like there was a fumble on the
back-to-back fumbles at the goal line, both of them from Jordan Brensinger.
When sometimes, Ben, you get down so close to the goal line, you just try to have that extra effort, that extra something, and that's when maybe the ball can come loose. And so the Falcons, again, look like they're heading into the end zone. But a fumble inside the 5, and
Timeout,
Abington calling a timeout. They need to figure out what they want to do against this fierce Pennsbury defense to make sure they don't get a safety coming up. Well, tonight's game brought to you by Junior's Express Car Wash. They're on the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard near Pennsbury, one of the best car washes in Bucks County. Early bird specials. You buy 5 car washes, get 1 free. Join their rewards club and get $20, a free $20 car wash. Always free vacuums at Junior's. And they're owned and operated by a Pennsbury graduate. Proud to support the Falcons. Open Monday through Saturday from 7 to 8. Sundays open 8 to 7 at the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard. Also at 2270 Bristol Oxford Valley Road in Levittown. 1st and 10 for Abington from their own 1-yard line. Big thanks to Yardley Family Haircutters, a full-service family barber shop. Call for an appointment at 215-321-6900.
Oh, ball.
On 1st and 10 from the 1. That ball comes out and the Pennsbury Falcons take over. So they force a fumble. And it's Pennsbury with it at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal. Wow.
Well, you want to talk about trading places, and there you go. Just like nothing even happened.
Yeah, let's just exchange fumbles. And so the Falcons again threaten. And boy, that was just outside of the end zone. They have the football inside the 1. Looks like it's inches away.
That's centimeters, Chris.
I mean, when you get to this spot on the field, just try to have your quarterback push it in.
A little bit of a tush push.
A brotherly shove, perhaps. I missed the brotherly shove. The handoff is to Caden Brown. Brown at the goal line, and they say no, he did not get in. Wow, he was so close from getting his 3rd TD here tonight.
Caden Brown on the carry. Takes it down to inside the 1 yard line.
I'll tell you what, Abington, for all the struggles they have had this season, they're playing they're doing a good job on defense for the most part against this Pennsbury run attack.
Well, I mean, they've been very good inside the 3 yard line and forced 2 fumbles. Nice stop right there.
And on that first drive, Falcons moved it down the field, and now again looking to push it into the end zone. Movement up front. I believe that was offside. It is an offside. So it'll move it from 3 inches to 1.5 inches away. It is right on the doorstep. Some of the Pennsbury Falcon fans are calling for the tush push.
I mean,
why not?
That's like a big toe length away from the end zone. It's almost like in the end zone.
A big toe, not a pinky toe.
No, big toe.
Falcons looking to change that little difference and put it in the end zone. The give to Caden Brown. Good push by the offensive line, and Caden Brown into the end zone for the 3rd time tonight. Touchdown, Pennsbury. It's 20-0 with 5:11 to go in the first half. Well, that time, Caden Brown just able to follow those blockers. And Pereira looks to add one more. He does. The extra point is good. Falcons 21, Abington nothing. And tonight's game brought to you by Yardley Family Haircutters, a full-service family barbershop, kids cuts, hair coloring, and shaves. Dave Wells and his family have been a part of the community for over 50 years. You can call for an appointment at 215-321-6900. That's 215-321-6900, Yardley Family Haircutters. You know, tonight I was planning on reading the Yardley Family Haircutters before the kickoff and saying, you can look dangerous and be ready for anything with Yardley Family Haircutters. And Abington came out and they kicked that onside kick before I was ready for, I wasn't ready.
Yeah, they even caught you off guard. Imagine what they caught Pennsbury like.
It was a good thing the Falcons were ready at least to fall on that football.
Yeah.
Well, we've had some deep kicks for Pereira as he approaches and let this one go. Aiden Turner up to the 20, 25, makes a jump cut across the 30, stays on his feet, and eventually swarmed by some of the Pennsbury coverage guys, but a pretty good return for Turner. Sets up the Ghosts with a 1st and 10 at their own 32. Under 5 minutes to go, McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Under 5 remaining in the first half, that is. I think we're going to have the long orange line looking like they're getting set to perform at halftime. We'll share that with you at the break. Tonight's game brought to you by Sioka Ford. Small enough to know you, big enough to better serve you. Antonio Ford from the gun is going to pull it down and give to Mager. And another nice play by Sean Westerman
Ball carrier is met behind the
And
line
why
of
not?
scrimmage.
Westerman having a big night
By number 11,
on senior
Jacob
recognition
Rada,
night.
And number 27, Sean Westerman.
And it feels like Coach Snyder trying to make sure the
Second and 13
seniors
for Abington.
are able to get out there and get into the mix. And you got the luxury to do that with your squad up 21 zip. 2 receivers to either side for Antonio Ford. He'll roll to the far side, try to step up, but he steps right up into the arms. Another tackle by Sean Westerman.
Tackle made again by number 27, Sean Westerman for Pennsbury.
And that will put Abington behind the sticks with a 3rd and 12. I mean, for Pennsbury, with the exception of a couple of fumbles and an unsportsmanlike penalty, it's been the Falcons that have stopped the Falcons, not Abington here for the most part. And now Pennsbury with an opportunity to get the football back with a stop on 3rd and long. Walker Murray coming with pressure off the edge. Antonio Ford steps up. Luke Bagley had him for a moment, couldn't bring him down, but then gets help by Liam Davis, Andrew Dale. And it brings up 4th and 5.
And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Football at the Abington 37. And Brentsinger drops back, getting ready for another Michael Libtag punt. But hold on a second, Abington going for it. Direct snap, but that play nets only a yard. Chris Karamis is there to bring down Brian Luskin. And the Pennsbury Falcons take over on downs. Pennsbury football, 1st and 10 from the Ghost 38.
And Chris Karamis. 1st and 10 Pennsbury.
Yeah, and Chris Karamis, a guy who has done so much for this Pennsbury Falcon football team and makes a big play on senior recognition night. Falcons trying to strike, looking for McGinty, or that kind of thrown between McGinty and Murray, lands incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Intended for Walker Murray.
Down to 2:27 to go in the 2nd quarter. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. We're heading to Heartbreak Ridge next week. Gus and I will be with you. Nick Gallagher going to be in the mix.
Should be a fun one.
Ben, you're going to join the Pennsbury student section, right?
Taking my talents to the benches, but I will have the post-game interview with you.
Nice, nice. Give there is to Caden Brown. He's spun down after a 7-yard pickup by Turner.
Caden Brown, the ball carrier. Pickup of 6.
So they set him up with a at the
Tackle
31.
made by Aiden Turner for the Ghosts.
Falcons in control on the scoreboard, also in control tonight when it comes to time of possession. They've had quite a few drives that have taken a lot of this clock off, and right now, under 2 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter, and Kane sets him down. Looks downfield, and the pass is broken up. Walker Murray, the target, but Caden Humphreys gets his hand in there. Nice PBU for Abington. Brings up 4th and 4.
Looks like they're going for it.
You wouldn't get too much out of a punt, and probably outside of Angelo Pereira's range. And why not? You get another 1st down here. You basically can take this lead into the locker room.
Yeah.
It will be Abington to receive the second half kickoff as Kane flips it to Brensinger. Brensinger barrels into one tackler, goes out of bounds at the 25,
Jordan Brensinger,
and
the ball carrier,
is tackled while he's out of bounds. I thought a flag might come out for Bobby Karapi and a bit of a late hit, but they say that was just a continuation of the play. It does result in a Falcon first down. So they get it done on 4th and 4. And it seems like tonight, every time their back has been up against the wall, they've been able to get the play, the yardage that they've needed, keep their drives going. McGinty here split to the far side. And Kane rolls to the far side of the field. Throwing to Murray and connects again with Walker Murray down to the 10. First and goal for the Pennsbury Falcons. Another connection. DK to Walker Murray. I mean, this is fitting right into your plans, Ben. Before the game, you would mention that, you know, we didn't feature Walker Murray in any of our post-game interviews. You were hoping to get down senior recognition night, and he's having a night.
It's all part of the plan, Chris.
It's coming together.
It's all coming together.
First and goal from the 10. The give to Brensinger. Cuts it upfield to the 5, to the 1, and tries to spin towards the goal line and is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jordan Brensinger, with his first touchdown tonight, makes it 26-0 with under a minute to go. I mean 27-0 with under a minute remaining here in the first half of play. Well, that was just want to. You know, we talked about Brensinger had coughed up the football in some of those near touchdown scenarios. Pereira splits the uprights, and 28-0 the score with under a minute remaining in the first half. That time, that extra effort pays off and gets him into the end zone for the first time tonight. Caden Brown with 3 touchdowns. Brensinger adds one of his own. And tonight's game on WBCB brought to you by the newest first-class Italian restaurant to grace our area, Amori Restaurant at 8630 New Falls Road in Levittown. A new family restaurant offering fine dining at affordable prices with cuisine to rival any Center City restaurant, from appetizers like mussels and clams to entrees like their homemade pasta dishes, including a fettuccine seafood extravaganza tossed with fresh fish, veal dishes, steaks, pork chops, plus chicken dishes. Discover true fine Italian cuisine here in your own backyard at the new Amori Restaurant, 8630 New Falls Road near Pennsbury High School. Kickoff comes down just inside the 10-yard line. Turner returning it. Stops at the 30, tries to cut back, but gets up to the 35. And is stopped there. Abington football, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Don't forget, if you missed the action tonight, read about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. And watch the Coaches Roundtable show, video streamed live every Wednesday from Sandy's Beef and Ale, brought to you by Lower Bucks Hospital. Since 1954, Lower Bucks Hospital, supporting the youth of our community. Holding call on Abington. So what looked like a pretty good return for Turner comes back to their own 17-yard line. So the Ghosts taking over with just over 42 seconds to go. Empty set again for quarterback Antonio Ford. He is flushed on the run, throws low and incomplete. Pressure over there from Chris Karamis.
Antonio Ford's pass is incomplete.
That's been the story, part of the story of this first half. Every time Abington has tried to drop back and give their quarterback a little bit of time, there's been pressure right up the middle. What we've seen from the Ghosts, they have Ford rolling to one side or the other. That's at least given him a little bit of time to look downfield. But when he looks downfield, I don't think he's seen a lot of open guys either.
Yeah, he's not seeing a lot of separation.
Second and 10, and they'll pass again. This time it's complete, bobbled by Clay, but he holds on. And with all that, not much yardage picked up to the 23.
Pass is complete.
And a timeout is taken by Pennsbury.
Antonio Pellman and Sean Beatty for the Falcons.
So Pennsbury thinking, hey, if we get a stop on third down, we could force a punt, and who knows, maybe put some more points up on the board before halftime. Yeah, this Pennsbury scoreboard gets a little wacky sometimes.
You don't got to tell me. They got 1 point up for Abington right now. You can't get just 1 point.
Well, just a short 20 minutes from Route 1 in Langhorne is Sioka Ford on Business 1 in Lawrenceville. Experience the Sioka difference at Sioka Ford. Jim Catucci, general manager of Sioka of Lawrenceville, born and raised in Lower Bucks and attended local schools and knows the Sioka difference. As part of 52 dealerships, Sioka Ford, with a better selection of Ford trucks, cars, SUVs, and Lincolns, they have far superior financing options and will give you the greatest value for your trade-in. All this just 20 short minutes from Langhorne on Business 1 in Lawrenceville. Sioka Ford, Lincoln, small enough to know you, big enough to better serve you. Falcons bringing the pressure up the middle. Ford escapes the pocket, running from Westerman, but then he's brought down by Chris Karamis. And it'll be a quarterback sack. Walker Murray also there. So I don't know, maybe a half sack for Murray and a half sack for Karamis on that one. Stops the clock with 15.2 remaining as the Falcons take another timeout.
I just also noticed Pennsbury's 29 points. So, I mean, 29-1 is...
that's not right.
It's not the score.
Well, with the timeout on the field, we want to let you know that the Fella Auto Group also helping to make that Coaches Roundtable show possible. And on Route 13 in Bristol, it's your hometown local auto dealer supporting our local students and congratulating all of the players on the field for all the sacrifices that they have made. If you mention our Coaches Roundtable show at Fella, you get $250 right off the bat. Great cars for high school students at Fella Auto Group. And you can find out more at FellaAutoGroup.com. And again, you mentioned the Coaches Roundtable show. So a 4th and long, and you can get 10% off of any service that is performed. And a flag comes out here on the near side of the field. I think the Falcons have too many guys out there.
I think they got like 13 men out there.
Westerman's got to come off.
Definitely can't happen. Definitely can't have 13 guys out there.
12 players on the field.
12.
So
12, okay.
Up to the 24.
12, 13, same thing.
And that's not going to change the mind of the Ghosts. They still want to punt this one away. They barely get it away. Brensinger lets it fall, takes a little bit of a hop across the 50 down to the 46-yard line. And that's where the play ends with 4.1 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So the Falcons hoping to get an opportunity with the football, but opportunity is going to amount to one play. Well, sometimes that's enough, but...
Look at Aaron Rodgers. That's all he needs.
Yeah, I was about to say. That throw was 40-year-old throwing the ball. How many yards did he throw that? 53? That was ridiculous.
Well, we've seen Pennsbury
I could do that.
Take to the air. As looks like they got some more receivers coming in. Sean Beatty in for this play. He and McGinty split to the near side. And who knows, maybe one of those guys would be a target downfield. But before the play, timeout, Abington. So with a timeout on the field, we'll keep it right here. 4 touchdowns for the Falcons, 3 from Caden Brown, 1 from Jordan Brensinger. As we get down to the final moments in the first half, tonight's game brought to you by Jammer Doors and Windows, a 4th generation local family-owned business since 1920, offering Raynor garage doors and openers, the finest garage doors and openers. Jammer also carries entry doors, patio doors and windows, sales, service, and install. And Jammer Doors and Windows, they do their own installation using no subcontractors, which means fairer prices and more pride in their work. Both residential and commercial, sales and service. Visit Jammer Doors and Windows at their showroom, 2850 Brunswick Avenue on Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville, and their Yardley showroom at the Grist Mill is open by appointment at 10 North Main Street. Kane dropping back, no time, he escapes the pressure and eventually brought down at midfield after a gain of 4. And that brings us to the end of the first half tonight. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB, with the Pennsbury Falcons in front of the Abington Ghosts 28-0. Stay with us. We're going to step aside briefly. We'll return, recap first half scoring, get you ready for second half action. And we've got the Pennsbury Falcon Marching Band, the Long Orange Line, coming up, performing at halftime on Senior Recognition Night. Falcons in front of the Ghosts, and we'll be back in just a moment.
You know, McCaffrey's Food Market is exceptional every day, and they are proud to serve you since 1986. They're a local hometown business. They support your community, whether it's helping flood victims or holding fundraisers for the American Cancer Society or employing our local high school students. McCaffrey's is always there. They have the finest products, prime cuts of meat, a prepared food department where everything is made fresh daily, and also a fresh seafood department. Visit McCaffrey's Food Market near you in Yardley, Newtown, New Hope, Princeton, West Windsor, Gladwin, and Doylestown. They are exceptional every day, and they are local and proud of it.
Hi, I'm Kevin Nolan from Nolan Painting. We paint over 2,500 homes a year, and as you can see in our reviews, we have lots and lots of satisfied customers. So I always say, if you're not happy, we're not happy. It's because we care so much that we provide 100% customer satisfaction. We're going to put a lot of care and effort in what we do. We're going to do a super neat and clean job. Really, that's been the secret of our success. I don't think there's a company out there that provides better customer service than Nolan Painting. Nolan Painting, improving homes and neighborhoods since 1979.
Hi, I'm Perry Warren, your Pennsylvania State Representative for the 31st District, and I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. As your state representative, I have written and passed bills that will protect our children, help our small businesses, reduce insurance costs, increase gun safety, and protect our environment. And I supported record state public education funding for our students and our schools. With your vote, I will continue to bring home real results to the people of Lower Makefield, Newtown, Upper Makefield, and Yardley. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy today's game. Go Falcons!
Proceeding paid for by Perry Warren for State Representative.
Hi, I'm Kevin Nolan from Nolan Painting. We paint over 2,500 homes a year, and as you can see in our reviews, we have lots and lots of satisfied customers. So I always say, if you're not happy, we're not happy. It's because we care so much that we provide 100% customer satisfaction. We're going to put a lot of care and effort in what we do. We're going to do a super neat and clean job. Really, that's been the secret of our success. I don't think there's a company out there that provides better customer service than Nolan Painting. Nolan Painting, improving homes and neighborhoods since 1979.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick up the kids, make dinner, the cat.
All right, welcome back to Falcon Field. Pennsbury in front of Abington, 28-0. And here comes the Pennsbury Falcon Marching Band, the Long Orange Line. Caden Brown with 3 touchdowns. Jordan Brensinger into the end zone. And the Falcons with a commanding advantage. Tonight's game made possible by Junior's Express Car Wash on the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard near Pennsbury High School. One of the best car washes in Bucks County. Early bird specials. You buy 5 car washes and get 1 free. Join their rewards club and get a free $20 car wash at Junior's. Always free vacuums. Junior's Express Car Wash, owned and operated by a Pennsbury graduate and proud to support the Falcons. Open Monday through Saturday from 7 to 8. Sundays open 8 to 7 at the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard. Also at 2270 Bristol Oxford Valley Road in Levittown. It is senior recognition night for the Pennsbury Falcons, but it's been 2 juniors doing all of their scoring. Junior Caden Brown with 3 touchdowns and Brensinger with 1 of his own. 28-0 at the half. And also big thanks to the Johnson Chiropractic Center, helping to power portions of tonight's action on WBCB. Keeping people active and healthy since 1991 is Dr. Rob Johnson at the Johnson Chiropractic Center. 175 South Main Street. From elite athletes at local schools to senior citizens, Dr. Johnson offers functional one-on-one fitness training and will increase your strength and flexibility at any age, especially senior citizens, and also offer nutritional advice and complete chiropractic care. The Johnson Chiropractic Center, featuring all the state-of-the-art workout equipment you find at big facilities, but in a much more intimate and comfortable setting. For more information and a free consultation, call 215-321-3100. That's 215-321-3100. Dr. Rob Johnson, for over 30 years, keeping people active and healthy at 175 South Main Street in Yardley. Well, the Falcons were looking for a big bounce-back game against Abington, and they got a great first half, 28-0 at the break, as the Falcon marching band out there to do their thing. And so we'll crank up the mics, and here comes the long orange line. Everybody also noting on a Friday night we have an orange moon, Ben.
Yes, we do have an orange moon.
Orange moon and a black sky.
Yeah, I just got a shot of it. A whole lot of orange and black going on here tonight. And I just did a little bit of math. The long orange line, 81 yards. So the more you know.
Taking up just about the whole field, and here they go. Rhapsody in the City, the Pennsbury Falcon Marching Band. Here at halftime with Pennsbury in front of Abington. And want to remind you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine and pizza. Thanks to Villa Rosa in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center in Yardley, family owned and operated for over 30 years. And great marching band getting some love, a great performance here on Senior Recognition Night.
It's always cool to see in the last home game how the full performance comes together. And earlier in the season, you just see the little beginning of it, and in the end, it all comes together. They have the full performance. It looks great, and tonight, it was awesome to watch.
Yeah, Rhapsody in the City. What city do you think they're talking about?
Levittown.
Yeah, sometimes I think there's a little too much New York love.
Yeah.
my daughter is in the Ben Salem Marching Band, and part of their theme this year is postcards. So they have postcards from, I think, from Hong Kong, China, and from France. But then there was a postcard that came out for New York, and they had their senior recognition night on the night that the Phillies got eliminated by the Mets.
Oh, no.
And when they brought out that New York postcard, there was some unfortunate boos.
I would boo.
I mean,
yeah, I'd boo too. That's
even from my own family group.
The timing is impeccable.
Yeah, it was not the best, but always a great job by the Pennsbury Falcon Marching Band. And halftime, big lead for the Falcons, 28-0. They got the scoring going with 7:32 to go in the first quarter. A short little touchdown run for Caden Brown. They set themselves up right there inside the 5. Give to Brown, boom, into the end zone. Second touchdown again to Caden Brown. Very similar scenario, Ben. They get up close to the goal line. They give it to number 2, and he forces it in with just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter for that second touchdown. Adding it on from there, another give. I mean, it seemed like carbon copy again. I think it was like from the 3-yard line. They give it to number 2. He gets his 3rd touchdown tonight. And then they mix it up with a give to Jordan Brensinger, and he took it in. His run was pretty impressive there, as he had to spin his way and get that football just over the plane.
Yeah, it kept the legs turning. It was a tough run.
The only thing for Brensinger, the only negative for the Falcons in that whole first half, a couple of fumbles near the goal line, but Abington, they were pinned so deep in their own end, they were really had a difficulty even getting that offense going.
Yeah, and this Pennsbury defense has played very well, especially up front. They've had a few sacks. Liam Davis was involved in multiple. Walker Murray, of course, all over the place per usual. And on the offensive side, those 2 fumbles, I mean, we could be running the clock here in this second half if Pennsbury was able to score one of those.
Ben, we really do need to give Walker Murray a little bit more credit for his performance in the first half.
Defensively, offensively, earlier in the season we mentioned it, how he dropped some passes, hurt the Falcons a little bit. Tonight he's caught almost all of them, and a big play on 3rd and long, went deep, did a little bit of a post route towards the out-of-bounds line, made a nice catch where he turned around, which he dropped multiple times earlier in the season. Now, here in the final home game on senior night, he makes the catch, makes the big play, gets the job done.
Yeah, that second Caden Brown touchdown, Gus, was basically gift-wrapped by an amazing connection from David Kane to Walker Murray. I thought he might have gotten into the end zone, but he fell right at the end of the catch. It would have been an NFL TD.
Yeah, and he came with a little bit of a roll at the end of it, too, trying to maybe dive and put the ball across the pylon.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it was a heck of an effort by Walker Murray. Like Ben said, had a couple issues earlier in the year just getting a catch. Not only getting a catch, but making a spectacular catch nonetheless in that one.
Well, we are here at halftime. Both teams back out, warming up, getting ready to go. If you missed the action here on BCB, read about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Also want to thank Chance to Save Bargain Outlet for making portions of tonight's game possible and being with us throughout this high school football season, just in time for fall and all the upcoming holidays. Chance to Save Bargain Outlet, at 8720 New Falls Road, which is right near Pennsbury High School, just across from Vic Napolitano Field. They've got Golden Bear fresh smoked meats for you. Smoked kielbasa, sausage, chicken, and other meats all custom ordered for your family. Stop by Chance to Save Bargain Outlet and try some free samples of these delicious smoked meats from Golden Bear Meats. Chance to Save Bargain Outlet, hundreds of grocery items that you use every day: cereal, snacks, pet food, even cleaning supplies, cookware, and furniture. Chance to Save Bargain Outlet, open Monday through Friday from 10 to 8, Saturdays and Sundays open 10 to 5. Again, across the street from Vic Napolitano Baseball Field at 8720 New Falls Road in Levittown. And the Fella Auto Group, the perfect first car for that high school student. Over 200 cars, trucks, and SUVs priced from under $10,000. And they have all the way up to premium pre-owned cars. And if need be, Fella Auto Group finances all credit situations. They'll take care of you. Visit their website, FellaAutoGroup.com. And don't forget to mention the Coaches Roundtable show, and you get $250 off. They also service all makes and models, oil changes to engine motors, and you get 10% off any service work done. Mention the Coaches Roundtable, Fella Auto Group, Route 13 in Bristol. Well, to start this whole thing out, Abington won the coin flip, and they deferred to the second half.
I got some good news.
Yeah.
The scoreboard has been fixed. 28-0. No more 29-1. We got the right score up there now. Good stuff, everybody.
And you look at that scoreboard on senior recognition night, that's good news for Pennsbury Falcons fans.
Sure is.
Again, a 3-game losing streak coming into this one. Trying to get some momentum, some energy to take into next week's game against a very tough Neshaminy football team. Got to call a couple of their games, had a big win over Penridge where they put the Rams in the mercy rule, and also got past Cheltenham. As this one comes down to Turner at the 7-yard line. Turner jump cut at the 20, avoids one tackler, but Chris Karamis sticks with it. And his second effort brings down the ball carrier.
Tackle made by number 80, James Yeager for the Falcons.
I thought that was a 60. That's an 80. So James Yeager sticking with the play, making the stop. 1st and 10 for the Abington Ghosts from their own 22 as we get back to it in the second half. McCaffrey's game of the night on the WBCB Sports Network. Heard we're adding in some Mercer County Tournament high school soccer next week as well.
Yeah, I'm going to be on a bunch of those games.
Antonio Ford with a running back to his side, but just a quarterback keeper. And that one goes nowhere. I'm not sure if that was a broken play. Andrew Dale, though, got into the backfield and play never had time to get going. As the Ghosts back to their own 19. Talk about where this whole thing got started way back when we had our Pennsbury preview show at Puss in Boots, 942 Trenton Road, a landmark in Bucks County.
Felt like that show was only yesterday.
It's amazing how the high school football season flies by here, week 9. Next week, wrapping it up, North Penn against Abington, and Pennsbury and Neshaminy. Again, Antonio Ford. I mean, not the way that play was designed or written up, as he drops back, looks downfield, but had no options. And another loss for the Ghosts sets them back inside the 15.
That brings up a 3rd and long.
So now with under 10 and a half to go, just back underway in the third quarter, opportunity for Pennsbury to get this Abington offense off the field. Ford with 2 receivers to either side, rolling to the near side, giving himself a little bit of time, but as he tries to cut it upfield, he is brought down. Westerman is there. And they'll credit Westerman for the QB sack. Liam Davis also in the vicinity. And after the play, Antonio Ford is slow to get up, and there's an injury timeout with 9:56 here in the third quarter. Falcons up 28-0, and we'll return to Falcon Field in just a little bit.
At Penn Community Bank, we're in the business of building thriving communities. That means making sure businesses like yours have the banking and lending support they need to grow. From loans to meet your needs, no matter the industry or project size, to cash flow tools that put your money to work for you every day. We know better than anyone, your success is our community success. Penn Community Bank. Here we grow. Learn more at penncommunitybank.com/business.
The Peruzzi Automotive Group on Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills is looking for auto techs, all skill levels. Here's a chance to work for a locally owned family business that offers many benefits. For more information, call the service director, John Damarotis, at 215-943-6200. That's 215-943-6200, or visit any Peruzzi service department.
Quarterback Antonio Ford back on his feet and walking over to the far sideline without any help, which is good to see. Now Abington cannot afford to have him on the sideline. And now from inside the 10, it's 4th and long. And Liebtag out to kick it away. Brensinger awaits the kick at the Ghost 39. Walker Murray in there nearly blocked the kick, and it will go off of Brensinger. And fortunately for the Pennsbury Falcons, he's able to get onto the football. Looked like he kind of took his eye off it and didn't expect the ball to come down. It kind of hit him.
Yeah.
It did hit him.
Kind of a weird play. It went right through his hands. Maybe thought an Abington player was closer than he expected. He was right in his face, though. But
he was fortunate that he had a lot of teammates around him, and the Pennsbury Falcons all kind of following the football. That's what you're coached to do. And as soon as they saw that ball was loose, I mean, for Brensinger, you gotta, one of your jobs is to direct some of those coverage guys. Kane sets him down, gives the football to Bright, who bursts up the middle.
Number 20, Jaden Bright with a
brought down near the 30. That's a 9-yard pickup up to the 31-yard line. And a nice job by senior Jaden Bright.
His size really helps him to get through some tight holes that the offensive line is able to create and burst through and get good yardage. He did that earlier in the season when he was getting all the touches. Was our first DiLorenzo's the Berg Player of the Game of the Year. And good to see him back out there.
Yeah, scampering for 9 yards on that one as we go down under the 9-minute mark here in the third quarter. And Kane dropping back, but he is brought down, sacked on the play by John Wright. The 6'2 senior comes in there unblocked, and Kane didn't have time to even look downfield.
Quarterback David Kane taken down.
So big loss there will
by number 56, John Wright.
Leave the Pennsbury Falcons looking at a 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11.
So Falcons force that 3 and out, get the football right back. I imagine here this is also 4-down territory, I think. You're probably not going to bring the punter out unless this is a big loss, as Kane sets him down. Walker Murray comes to the near side. The ball pitched out. Brensinger picks it up off the turf, and it will be a loss back to the 46 is where they say his forward progress was stopped. And so, yeah, now Chris Karamis out to punt it for the Falcons.
And there was that big loss.
Yeah, I really think any kind of positive yardage that they would have gained, I think Coach Snyder probably would have tried to go for it on 4th down. But 4th and 16, says let's play a little field position. Karamis with an end-over-end kick that comes off the side of his foot and over to the near side of the field. And we'll see where this gets marked out of bounds at the 37.
After Chris Karamis' punt.
So not a great kick. And they'll actually say it went out of bounds at the 35. 1st and 10 for Abington from there. And good to see back to work goes Antonio Ford. Had an injury timeout for Ford. He gives it to Turner, and the ball comes flying out of his hand as he gets hit right into Antonio Ford's waiting arms, and he just gives himself up.
It kind of looked like a flea flicker, just the way the ball went right back into Ford's hands. But that was such a big hit. The ball just went flying in the air. Wow, thank God Ford was there to be able to recover it, or this could have been bad.
Falcons still bringing that physicality. You see it on that play right there.
Big hit, big hit.
Yeah, he brought the boom.
Yeah, that could have been another great chance for Pennsbury. I mean, their first touch of the football this half, they didn't go too far. Ford throws over the head of Braden Davis.
Ford's pass is incomplete.
Ray Vereen there defensively
Ray Vereen on the coverage
for Pennsbury. 3rd and 13. Well, one thing the Falcons are going to need next week against Neshaminy is to bring this outstanding defense and make sure that they can bring their A game. Neshaminy, they've got a good balance between the run game and the passing attack. And so certainly a good night tonight. Get a little momentum into that game as that one handed off to Davis. And the ball loose. They say Davis was down on the play, and he took a wicked hit. And slow to get to his feet is senior Braden Davis, but good to see him pop back up and head over to the far sideline. 4th and long, and the Ghosts will kick it away.
That was another big hit, kind of brought him up and slammed him down. The ball went out, was recovered by Abington. So still have the physicality the Falcons do.
High snap. Falcons are getting after those kicks, but again, just short of coming up with a block or a deflection, and it will roll down inside the 40-yard line to the 38. And the Falcons take over 1st and 10 from their own 38 with 5:26 to go in the 3rd quarter.
50-50.
And if you're looking for creative food dishes, beautiful river views, visit Charcoal BYOB overlooking the Delaware in Yardley. Their food locally sourced, seasonally inspired. Bring a bottle of your favorite wine. Enjoy exceptional cuisine created by executive chef brothers Mark and Eric Plusha. Check out their menu at charcoalbyob.com. 1st and 10, and Kane hands off to Brensinger. Brensinger with running room to the 40, 30. Are they going to be able to get him? No. Into the end zone goes Jordan Brensinger. A 62-yard touchdown strike for the Pennsbury Falcons, and they add to their lead. It's now 34-0 with 5:13 to go in the third quarter as we await the extra point.
What a whirlwind of emotions and day for Jordan Brensinger. 2 fumbles, a muffed punt reception, but 2 touchdowns, a 61-yarder, another big day on the ground. Extra point is up and good.
And that extra point will put the Abington Ghosts into the mercy rule, and we'll have a running clock here for the remainder of the second half. The Pennsbury Falcons getting it done 35-0. Our score, 2 touchdowns for Brensinger, 3 for Caden Brown. And we want to thank all of our sponsors for making tonight's game possible on WBCB, including BAI Security, the locally owned and operated security company offering personal service and quality security solutions, including security services for your pets. BAI Security, they offer fire extinguisher services, including annual inspections, all BAI employees, thorough background checks. Find out more visiting BAInow.com or call 215-493-1414. Pereira with a deep kick inside the 5 and skips into the end zone. And Abington fortunate that got into the end zone for the touchback. Looked like that was going to check up right at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the return men, there's a little miscommunication between them. You get it, I get it, you get it, I get it. All right, let's just let it bounce. Oh, it's going to roll and stay in. Oh, let's grab it. Oh, it's going to roll in. Okay.
Somebody better get it.
Yeah, somebody better figure it out.
Kramer's Bakery in Yardley, baking things great since 1946. Handmade baked goods, made fresh daily on the premises. And the official right there indicating to the clock operator to wind that clock.
Yeah.
Falcons establishing a 35-point advantage. And big thanks to Kramer's, longtime supporters of Pennsbury Falcon Athletics on WBCB, 14 East Afton Avenue in Yardley. They got the dessert trays, the great pastry, fresh donuts, muffins, and more, all at Kramer's Bakery. This time everybody in tight for the Ghosts. And a direct snap to Turner. Can't handle the snap. Parada nearly brings him down. Murray has him, and they're going to say forward progress is stopped. And so the play is dead, even though Turner did not go to the turf. And they'll say actually they're going to give him the 8-yard line. Wow.
There'll be a timeout, Abington.
And Abington calling a timeout. And that was a weird formation, a different formation than we've seen throughout the night. Maybe not weird for Abington, but a little different look. And the results...
It was weird for us.
Not good. Not good. And then a weird kind of snap coming out.
Whole lot of weirdness.
Well, proud to serve our community. Brian Rogers at Yardley Pharmacy, 175 South Main Street in Yardley. Brian is a hometown community leader and pharmacist who will go out of his way to help his customers. Make sure you understand everything about your medications, answer any questions you might have. Yardley Pharmacy, owned by Brian Rogers. No one going to give you better service than an owner-operated business like Yardley Pharmacy. Avoid the big chains and stay local with people who are there every day and know you. Yardley Pharmacy and Supply. Here, a second and long. And again, a direct snap over to Turner. You know, I got to see, maybe this is because Antonio Forti did come back out for their last possession, but I think their quarterback went down with an injury. And that might be the reason why we're seeing some of this Wildcat stuff. Yeah, got another Wildcat formation on 3rd and long. They'll take it right up the middle to the 15-yard line, but that's still 15 yards short of a first down, and the Ghosts will bring out the punting unit.
Tackle made by Henry Garlitz.
Well, we were talking before the game that we may try to interview a couple of Pennsbury Falcons, Ben, for our DiLorenzo's The Berg post-game interviews, and we got some good choices.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking Walker Murray is one of them. Mentioned pregame how we haven't talked to him yet this year, which was kind of surprising how much he's been able to do for this team. He did a lot on offense, a lot on defense. He's definitely in contention. Liam Davis as well with the 1.5 sacks.
I think we named Walker Murray our player of the game in that Concrete Kids loss.
But we've never spoken to him.
Correct.
No video.
Michael Liebtag kicks it away, and the Falcons let it go as it will stop at the 44. Pennsbury football at the 44-yard line.
First and 10, Pennsbury.
And the clock
Ball on their own 44
down to 2:12 remaining in the third quarter. Checking on that Neshaminy game, Gus?
Yes, actually, you read my mind. Just checking in on it right now. 4 minutes left in the first half. That ball game's tied 7-7 between CB South. So definitely a game to watch ahead to see who's going to be able to come away with that one.
Could cause a little mayhem when it comes to the SOL national title. Right now, CB South undefeated. North Penn has only one loss. So if Neshaminy can serve them up a loss, it will be a shared title. I mean, pending what happens in Week 10. As Kane with a handoff on first down. And the Falcons with a 10-yard pickup. Caden Brown. Going to be Jaden Bright, pardon me. Picks up 10 yards.
And he'll pick up a Falcon first down.
So Falcons with a first down at the 46. Yardley Family Haircutters, a full-service family barbershop, and proud to be powering portions of tonight's high school football. Call for an appointment at 215-321-6900. Murray in motion. Bright gets the give. And Jaden Bright up near the 40-yard line. Another 5 yards picked up by Pennsbury.
There's Pennsbury offensive linemen out there. They're fighting to see who has the most pancake blocks. They want a gift certificate to IHOP. I know Justin Lucci and Patrick Flaherty, they've been known to put some pancakes away.
Talking about that IHOP pancake promotion as the offensive lineman getting after it today. Dominant performance by those guys. And here's Hex Walker with the handoff. And he fights forward down to the 35, and that's going to be good for a Pennsbury Falcon first down. And it brings us to the end of the third quarter. Falcons in front 35-0. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. We'll return to Fairless Hills in just a minute with more high school football on the WBCB Sports Network.
You know what's brilliant? Boring. Think about it. Boring is the unsung catalyst for bold.
What straps bold to a rocket and hurtles it into space? Boring does.
Great job, Astro persons. Over.
Boring is the jumping off point for all the unboring things we do. Boring makes vacations happen, early retirement's possible, and startups start up.
Because it's smart, dependable, and steady. All words you want from your bank. Taking chances is for skateboarding and gas station sushi, not banking. That's why PNC Bank strives to be boring with your money. The pragmatic, calculated kind of boring.
Moving to Boca?
Boring.
That was a dolphin, right?
It's simple, really. For nearly 160 years, PNC Bank has...
Welcome back. Don't forget to watch the Coaches Roundtable every Wednesday at 7, brought to you in part by Fella Auto Group, Route 13 in Bristol. Mention the Coaches Roundtable. Get $250 off any car. Just mention the Coaches Roundtable and get $250 off right off the bat at Fella Auto Group, Route 13 in Bristol. Kane gives to Hex Walker. And Walker navigating some heavy traffic up to the 31. And didn't look like there was much there, but that's a 5-yard gain.
You saw Hex Walker there, a guy we saw a lot of early in the year, but not as much as the season went on. So it's good to see his name get called again.
It is, and that kind of breaks with the theme. I thought Galen was giving all the senior guys some opportunities because it's senior recognition. Well, Hex just a sophomore, so kind of good to see him getting a little bit of experience back out there running the footballs. He's in the backfield now, takes the handoff from Kane, gets hit at the 29, but still able to fight forward for an additional yard, and then after the play, the flag comes out. Looks like another unsportsmanlike penalty, and from the reaction of the Pennsbury guys, looks like this one's going to be against the Falcons. Unsportsmanlike on Abington and unsportsmanlike on Pennsbury. So those will just offset.
So the unsportsmanlike penalties will offset.
It was a Connor O'Brien, was another little bit of a wrestling match going on, and Connor O'Brien of Pennsbury was in it. Kind of went back like 10 yards where the play was, so kind of an interesting little tobacco there.
Well, they must have heard Friday Night SmackDown starting soon, so they wanted to get in their wrestling mode.
You can tell what state of mind Gus is in with this 35-0 game.
He's in a WrestleMania state of mind.
I saw a guy with a WrestleMania sweatshirt down there when I went to the bathroom. Yeah.
Did you say something to him?
I did, actually.
On 3rd and 2. A big hole up the middle for Luke Moyer. Moyer, with his first carry tonight, picks up a Pennsbury Falcon first down.
Yeah, I mean, 35-0 game here in the fourth quarter. It's probably your final home game of the season. You want to try and rest Jordan Brentsinger and Caden Brown up by such big scores with such a big game coming up next week. You don't, God forbid, don't want anything to happen with any injuries and anything that could possibly happen. So Coach Snyder going the route, getting some other guys that don't usually in.
You got to bring your full complement and make sure everybody is ready to go next week, especially when you look at the scoreboard tonight. You see you're up 35-0. The job pretty much done already, as we got a bit more high school football for you. DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza going to be bringing you our post-game coverage. Ben going to head down onto the field, talk to a couple of the Falcons from tonight's action. And DiLorenzo's owned and operated by third-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo. He uses the exact same recipes his great-grandparents did back in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. Try the only original Trenton tomato pie or other great gourmet pizzas at DiLorenzo's. Call 215-943-2605. As Henry Garlett's in there at quarterback, and he hands off on 1st and 10. This is Austin Finn.
Number 33,
George Kramazu.
Tough running up the middle.
So that's back to the senior night theme, as one of the senior members of this Falcons team getting an opportunity to carry the football. 2nd and 4. A couple of times tonight where the Falcons looked destined to get into the end zone, and they had some fumble issues as Garlitz takes the snap, hands the football off to Moyer, and he's down to the 5, which is enough for a first and goal.
Update from the Chamonix High School. Central Bucks South just got in the end zone. 14-7. Now the score with less than a minute to go in first half.
First and goal.
And again, Week 10 action. Abington will be facing North Penn. And this Pennsbury team heads to Heartbreak Ridge to Neshaminy to wrap up the regular season, maybe with an opportunity to win and get into the playoffs. Garlitz hands to Koramazu. And a tackle made by Bobby Karapi. Second and goal, Pennsbury from the 4.
George Koramazu on the carry.
Koramazu kind of got
Pick up a 1.
spun on that tackle, went in a
Second and goal.
full 180, getting taken down to the ground.
Already down to the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Falcons earning the running clock as the handoff goes to Moyer. Moyer wrapped up by Lance Raymond.
Number 35, Luke Moyer on the carry for Pennsbury.
And I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, third and goal from the 4.
Third and goal.
So they'll try it again. Third and goal. And again, the give is to Koramazu. And as he falls forward, he is down to the 1.
Oh.
And so fourth and goal.
George Koramazu on the carry. Takes it down to the 1-yard line. Fourth and goal.
Well, an impressive first half tonight for the Pennsbury Falcons. They were up 28-0 at the break. And not a lot of points on the board in this second half, but they have dominated the time of possession. Timeout now on the field taken by Pennsbury with 5:37 remaining in the fourth quarter. Well, right across the street from Pennsbury is the newest first-class Italian restaurant to grace our area, Amori Restaurant, 8630 New Falls Road in Levittown. This new Italian family restaurant offers fine dining at affordable prices with cuisine to rival any Center City restaurant. Appetizers like mussels and clams to entrees like their homemade pasta dishes, including a fettuccine seafood extravaganza tossed with fresh fish, veal dishes, steaks, and pork chops, plus chicken dishes. Discover true fine Italian cuisine at 8630 New Falls Road, the new Amori Restaurant.
Fourth and goal.
Thanks also to Sioka Ford. Sioka Ford, Lincoln, small enough to know you, big enough to better serve you. On Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville, just 20 short minutes. Sioka Ford. The give is to Koramazu, and he's into the end zone for another Pennsbury touchdown. 41-0 with 5:19 to go. And that's the fourth Pennsbury touchdown that has come on one of those short runs. A couple from Caden Brown. And how about a nice moment for senior George Koramazu. Angelo Pereira adds the extra point. 42-0. Falcons with a statement-making win here tonight.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, against a team like this, coming into a big game, you need a bounce back. You got to dominate. You got to get the style points. Just a confidence booster, and Pennsbury did everything they needed to do tonight against the Abington Galloping Ghosts. And must say, every time Pennsbury plays Abington, always got to mention Galloping Ghosts, best high school team name maybe in the country.
Now, do you believe in ghosts, Ben?
I don't know. Like, I think I do. But, like, it's a topic I go back and forth on very often.
Me and Chris, we had a conversation before the game. We said if we brought that topic up to you during game, you'd go on a whole spiel. So good thing you kept it quick and brief.
Well, there's a game going on, you know.
Pereira with it teed up. As we're under 5.5 to go. At the 10-yard line, here is Mager. Turns upfield at the 20. And tough run there, refusing to go down, gets to the 24.
Tackle made by number 16.
I think if Pennsbury gets into the 50s, I'll go on a ghost spiel.
Well, yeah,
we got 5 minutes.
I just think it's kind of cool, especially like late October, you get this matchup with the Ghosts and the whole Halloween thing going on, October.
I'm surprised more teams aren't using a ghost as a mascot or anything like that. It's a very unique mascot.
Shane Gostisbehere.
Bingo.
The Ghost Bear.
Casper.
There you go.
Meanwhile, with a running clock now, under 4.5 to go.
Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
And running this Wildcat, a flag comes out. I think that's some pre-snap movement. Not sure if that's a false start.
Tackle made by number 43.
It is against Abington.
For the Falcons.
So now the Falcons get their twos in on defense. And kind of a statement win, but at the same time we kind of knew what to expect from an Abington Ghost team that had their issues throughout this season. But I mean, you can only play the teams that are in front of you. So with the exception of a couple of goal line fumbles, this has been pretty much just what the Falcons wanted to do tonight. They checked every box.
And if you exclude those 2 fumbles, this is almost as clean of a game as you could get from Pennsbury.
And not only do you get the ground game working, some really nice connections with David Kane to Walker Murray. On 1st and 5.
15.
Couple of yards picked up there by Lance Raymond.
Tackle made by Connor Randolph and Justin LaRue Madison.
Do you two believe in ghosts?
I'm a skeptic, I got to admit.
I believe in ghosts, yeah. I believe in all that stuff. Ghosts, demons, entities, you name it, I believe it.
You come off as a big Halloween guy, Gus.
Yeah, I love Halloween.
2nd and 13.
Gus likes the candy.
Abington from the gun. That is Antonio Ford back in there at quarterback, which is nice to see. He was shaken up, had to go to the sideline a little bit. You know, one thing I do believe in is all of the hard work that these high school football players put in, both for Abington, for Pennsbury, for all the teams that join us throughout the High School Coaches Roundtable show. And we try to put our best foot forward, but it's fun to be out here calling games and talking to high school football guys on Wednesday nights for the roundtable.
It really doesn't get any better.
Down to 2 minutes left in this one tonight. And dropping back, looking downfield to throw was Caleb LaCroix. But had nowhere to go with it. Brought down as he crosses the 30 up to the 32.
Ryan Soley for Pennsbury.
Tackle made by Ryan Soley. So getting some guys into the action that don't typically make a lot of plays, and everybody able to make their mark on this senior night victory.
All right, Falcon fans, help that defense out. Let's make some
And now the Falcons trying to come up with a 4th down stop. Put a little punctuation mark maybe on this thing. Abington continuing to fight on, hand it off to Brian Luskin. And Luskin up to the 35. He's got the Abington Ghost, 1st down. So Falcons up 28-0 at the break. They had 2 more TDs in the second half. And now we move to Neshaminy. The other thing that's remarkable, you talk about we get to have fun, we call the games. It's amazing how quickly the high school football season just evaporates. And we only have 1 more regular season game for you. As that ball thrown incomplete, intended for Tyreek Mann.
Yeah, and I think that's going to do it for this game as we're down to 10 seconds. And yeah, like you said, Chris, it feels like this football season just started, and yet we only have 1 regular season game left. Feels like it's, out of all the high school sports, it goes by the fastest.
And maybe it's because it's the one we appreciate the most.
Yeah.
We get so much energy around what we do at WBCB. We get a lot of support from the community. I mean, all the sponsors that we have on this game, it's really remarkable. You see the big crowds that they bring out every Friday night, and we just get to be part of all of that energy. And this was a big bounce back for Pennsbury. They really needed this win tonight. Gives them a path to the postseason.
Yeah, and it gives them an optimism that they can do it. Like we said, they haven't been playing as great of football the last couple weeks, but they needed a good performance here to carry on into the next game. I think that's exactly what they did here. Some optimism within themselves going into that Neshaminy game.
And where they were having trouble was on the offensive side of the ball. They had played good when it comes to the defensive effort for CB South and for North Penn, but they couldn't really get the offense clicking. Well, they got it going tonight with a bunch of rushing touchdowns. Caden Brown into the end zone 3 times, 2 TDs for Jordan Brensinger, and senior George Kramazu with a touchdown. 42-0, the Pennsbury Falcons win it. And tonight's game on WBCB, brought to you by PNC Financial Services Group, St. Mary Medical Center, Rob's Automotive and Collision, Brian Fitzpatrick for all of us. Thanks to BCWSA, the Revere Restaurant, Kim Rock of Keller Williams, Pennsbury down on the field celebrating the victory. Ben Goldstein going to be talking to a couple of our players of the game. Our DiLorenzo's Pizza post-game activity. Catch that on YouTube. We'll have that posted for you probably just a few minutes after the interviews happen. Thanks to 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, Perry Warren for State Rep, McCaffrey's Food Markets, Nolan Painting, Team Toyota, VitaCare, Home Health Agency, Yardley Pharmacy and Supply, Villa Rosa Pizzeria and Italian Restaurant. Thanks to the Trentonian, Jammer Doors, Lower Bucks Hospital, Senator Steve Sanacero, the Fella Auto Group, Amori's Restaurant, Sioka Ford, Lincoln of Lawrenceville. Sioka Ford, small enough to know you, big enough to better serve you on business. Route 1 in Lawrenceville. Experience the Sioka difference. Thanks to Chance to Save Bargain Outlet, Pennsbury Football Parents Club, Kramer's Bakery, Johnson Chiropractic, Junior's Car Wash, Puss in Boots, BAI Security, and Charcoal BYOB. It's a pretty long list. I think we got them all.
Yeah.
And we appreciate all the support that we get for Falcon football on WBCB. We appreciate your being with us as well. Thanks to the crew, Gus Barber, our video engineer, Ben Goldstein, who was behind the camera for us tonight and is doing our post-game activities. Check that out a little bit later. Brought to you by DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza. And again, thanks to you for being with us on WBCB. One final time, our score from Falcon Field. Pennsbury 42 and the Abington Ghosts nothing. Thanks for